Throughout the course of the 7 Harry Potter books, there's been several duels between wizards and witches that have been quite memorable. We've seen Dumbledore take on Voldemort, and Molly Weasley battle Bellatrix Lestrange. Now, while these were fantastic duels, it was still a case of the good guy versus the bad guy. We had someone to root for. But here at Harry Potter Folklore, where I basically make whatever Harry Potter videos I like, I'm gonna do the unthinkable and pair 2 best friends against each other in a duel of epic proportion. Sirius Black and Remus Lupin, 2 quarters of the Marauders, 2 lifelong friends, and 2 members of the Order of the Phoenix. If these 2 wizards came face to face in battle, who would win? Who would come out on top? Well, in today's video, I'm going to have these 2 friends face off and declare a winner at the end. Welcome to the Wizard Wars, a versus series from Harry Potter Folklore. It's Sirius Black versus Remus Lupin. Stick around, this is one video you won't want to miss out on. So how do we decide who's the more powerful wizard, or basically, what wizard would kick the other wizard's ass? Now, Remus and Sirius went to school together, as we know, and regularly practiced advanced magic that was way beyond their years. Along with James Potter and Peter Pettigrew, the Marauders spent the majority of their time together, ensuring that they were all adequately skilled in dueling combat, even Peter, despite his cowardice. Anyway, it's beyond clear that Remus and Sirius were capable of putting up a good fight. Better yet, a great fight. So let's look at both wizards' wands. Now, Remus has a 10¼ inch cypress wood wand with a unicorn hair. Now, cypress wands are considered to be paired with wizards who show great bravery and were destined to die a heroic death. The cypress wand is one of the wands that really allow a good insight into the type of wizard they pair with. So now it becomes a little more difficult because Sirius, despite being a main character, an important character, never actually has his wand type disclosed at all in the books or even after, which is quite frustrating, especially when you're trying to compare wands against Remus in a versus battle. But from the looks of the wand, it's a wand that's extremely similar in shape and length to Sybil Trelawney's wand, which is Hazelwood, as both the wands have ancient rune symbols carved into them. Now, Hazelwood wands have been the only ones known to have such rune carvings on them, which gives away that it is most likely Sirius Black's wand wood type. The core, however, could be anything, but the most important thing to take from the wand comparison, is that both wizards have wands of extortionate power. So, in order to find the winner, this is going to be decided on 3 different areas of magical expertise. Now, the first will be dueling skills. So who's the better duelist between the 2 friends? Who's faster, quicker? Who can handle the pressure of fighting to survive? The second area will be magical knowledge and ability. Who has the greater mindset when it comes to having the knowledge of spells, incantations, and the magical ability to get the upper hand? The final area will be overall power and control. Who is the overall better wizard in terms of channeling the most power while still showing control and restraint? Okay, with that being said, let's start with round 1, and that is dueling. Now, both men were highly accomplished duelists. Sirius, for example, along with the other Order of the Phoenix members, were able to defy Voldemort twice and escape. He dispatched several Death Eaters in the Battle of the Department of Mysteries and held his own against Antonin Dolohov, an extremely skilled Death Eater and powerful duelist who had bested Alastor Moody and Remus Lupin himself. Sirius even took on his own cousin, Bellatrix Lestrange, and was completely capable of defeating her, but for his own recklessness and lack of awareness cost him his life against her when she sent him through the veil. Still, however, Sirius dueled that day as if it was almost effortless, able to block and counter spells without a second thought, so he ranks pretty highly in terms of dueling skills. Now, in addition to that, Sirius also used physical combat in his dueling, and used it to great advantage too. He tackled Antonin Dolohov with a shoulder barge, and who could forget when he caught Lucius Malfoy square in the jaw. That was pretty great, guys, you can't deny it. Overall, Sirius Black is one tough opponent. Now Remus Lupin, well, it has to be argued that he is also a very highly skilled duelist. Like Sirius, the Battle of the Department of Mystery showed Remus at his apparent best. Apart from Dumbledore and Harry, he was the only one to exit the battle unharmed, with no injuries whatsoever. He was extremely sharp, quick, versatile, and overall truly brave, which made him a deadly opponent. During the Battle of the Seven Potters, he saved George Weasley, who was injured by Severus Snape, and then was also willing to go fight Snape to the death, knowing just how precisely skilled his former school colleague was. He fought with a fearless nature during the Battle of Hogwarts, and was sadly bested and then killed by the dangerously powerful Antonin Dolohov in what can only be imagined as a duel of the finest quality. Remus's death resulted in him failing to stay sharp, with him relying on protective charms and spells surrounding his wife and child. He became rusty and sluggish, and in the end, it ended up costing him his life. It's a close call in dueling skills, it really is, guys, but I am narrowly, and I really mean this when I say narrowly, going to give this first round on dueling skills to Sirius Black. So, that's round 1. Guys, it's just my opinion. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section below. Actually, if you are going to comment your opinion on each of the 3 rounds and who you think is the overall winner. Anyway, on to round 2, magical knowledge and ability. Now, it's no surprise that Remus Lupin has an advantage in this area, but it's a fair skill to judge these 2 wizards on. Speaking of Remus, let's start with him first this time. So it's no secret that he was the defense against the dark arts teacher at Hogwarts, and next to Barty Crouch Jr. was probably the best teacher Harry ever had. Remus also would have been very proficient on the subject of counter curses and defensive spell work, and being a very proficient duelist might very well have helped some of his older students become accomplished in combative magic themselves. He also taught Harry Potter the highly advanced Patronus charm, which he himself must have mastered at a very young age. Remus's use of non-verbal and wandless magic was incredible. He could conjure fire without using a wand, and also non-verbally. He could also open locks, chests, and relight candles with just the wave of his hand. He had such an extensive knowledge of magic. He was quite experienced in healing magic for gashes, cuts, and even broken bones, probably from dealing with his struggles from werewolf transformations. Don't forget, he even healed Ron Weasley's broken leg with a magical splint. Overall, in terms of knowledge and magical ability, Remus Lupin was quite experienced and advanced. Now when it comes to Sirius Black, he was also way ahead in magical ability and knowledge. For starters, he was an animagus, an illegal one at that, yes, but still, he could successfully transfigure into a dog. Becoming an animagus is extremely difficult to do. Sirius could also brew the highly complicated and difficult animagus potion needed for the first transformation. He could also even force someone out of their animagus form, like he did with Peter Pettigrew. That alone takes an extensive amount of concentration, so I think it's safe to say that Sirius Black was an expert in that area of magic. He was also highly skilled at non-verbal magic. Defensive spells in particular was one of his strengths, and he was also able to communicate with other animals. Even Minerva McGonagall and Remus Lupin himself admired just how magically gifted Sirius was. Now guys, this is once again a very close call, it really is, but in terms of magical knowledge and ability, it's gotta go to Remus Lupin for his experience alone. So I knew at the start it was gonna be tight, but Remus takes round 2. Okay everyone, it is time for the final round of Sirius Black versus Remus Lupin in Wizard Wars. Now, they're both tied at 1 round win apiece, and deservedly so. Both wizards are so similar, but we gotta go one more time. We gotta go one more round to find the winner, and this is going to be based on power and control. There is nothing more important for a wizard other than to harness, utilize, and control their power in order to grow and achieve magical greatness. Sirius Black showed an amazing level of control. The fact that he was able to resist the Dementors for 12 years in Azkaban is an incredible feat alone, and that willpower to survive is what drove him to succeed. The fact he went beyond any measurable level to learn advanced magic at such a young age really shows how indomitable his desire truly was. His dueling skills incredible, his magical ability and knowledge incredible. If the House of Black were focused purely on magical greatness over pure blood mania, then out of anyone, Sirius would be nothing but a credit to his family name. He would have been a vital asset to Voldemort had he ever joined him, but instead was crucial to the Order of the Phoenix. He was extremely powerful, and it's because of wizards like him that Voldemort was kept from achieving total dominance from the off. Remus Lupin falls into the same category. He showed a beautiful, yet sad humbleness about his lycanthropy, feeling like he was nothing but a burden, to which he never gained any self-worth. The only thing he felt he could do was to improve his knowledge and skill as a wizard, and that he did. What an amazing duelist he was, even though it was complacency and not lack of skill that caused his death. The sheer magical knowledge he possessed alone could have rivaled Snape and Dumbledore, even Voldemort. His experience and overall power showed in his teaching. He really knew and understood dark arts, and his ability to make a reality of theoretical magic that hasn't been tried or tested, reminds me of the skill that Tom Riddle once showed early on. That is why I have to say that on each wizard's best day, at their strongest, taking everything into account, Remus Lupin would be my victor for power and control, which gives him the second win for this battle and the overall win against Sirius Black. So guys, this was so close. I mean, I know it can be argued that I gave better duelists to Sirius, but this is a comparison of several different factors, and Remus Lupin for me just edges Sirius out slightly. And I have to be honest, I did go back and forth deciding this one, and at one point I did choose Sirius. I actually was going with Sirius, but after just re-evaluating all the information, in the end, Remus was just a bit more powerful. So congrats to the Wolfman, the winner of Wizarding Wars. So guys, as I said, this is just my opinion. I know there's going to be major disagreements in the comment section, but still, let me know in that comment section what you think of Sirius Black. Should he have won? Because 63% of you voted for Sirius in the poll. So it will be interesting to know what you think. Anyway guys, thanks again. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate your support. Everyone, notifications of uploads are more important than ever. So please, if you haven't already, turn those notifications on to make sure you're notified the moment my video goes live. Making videos is what I love to do. It's my dream and my passion. However, it does cost time and money to produce this content. So if you have $1 to spare to support me on Patreon in exchange for some exclusive unseen content, then you can click the Patreon link below or at the end of this video. Please only support me if you can afford it. And make sure to follow me on Instagram at InstaDNJ and on Twitter at Folklore. Check out my other videos appearing on screen, and please make sure, most importantly, to hit that subscribe button. Thanks again everyone, and please have a great day.